Saudi Arabia, the country of the rich, is home to the world's most affluent royal family. With a net worth of more than $1.5 trillion, this family is 16 times wealthier than the British royal family. If there's one thing these royals are known for, it's their fascination with gold. From gold-studded super yachts and luxury aircraft to gold-plated furnishings, they even use tissue paper from gold-plated dispensaries. In today's video, we will look closely at the ultra-rich lifestyle of His Majesty King Salman, the 7th King of Saudi Arabia and head of the House of Saud, whose way of living is unmatched by perhaps anyone else on the planet. Born with a silver spoon, King Salman rules over the largest bulk of the Arabian Peninsula, covering approximately 1.3 million miles. The House of Saud. In 2015, King Salman of Saudi Arabia ascended the throne after the passing of his late brother Abdullah bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and became the family's most prominent member. The House of Saud is the only family with a net worth of more than $1 trillion. It has 15,000 family members, but the majority of the money is owned by approximately 2,000 members who enjoy a life of grandeur and luxury. However, this was not always the case. Saudi Arabia was once a nomadic community with a humble economy, and most of its people were involved in agriculture and herding. This would change more than 75 years ago under King Abdulaziz bin Saud's rule, when an American-owned oil well in Dammam, Saudi Arabia, would drill into what would soon become the world's greatest supply of petroleum. With each passing year, Saudi Arabia and its royal family's wealth grew as the world's reliance on oil did. Saudi Aramco, the state-owned oil company, is valued at over $2 trillion, making it one of the most profitable enterprises in the entire world. Saudi palaces. Now that we know the source of their wealth, let's look at where and how they spend it. The Saudi royal family most exclusive residences are lavish, to say the least. They make Versailles and Buckingham Palace appear humble and plain in front of them. As one might think, the world's wealthiest regal family has hundreds of exquisite mansions across the globe. Let's look at 3 such marvelous palaces of King Salman. Al Yamama Palace, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Considered the world's most luxurious palace, the enormous Al Yamama Palace, also known as Al Yamama, in the Saudi capital of Riyadh, is the official palace of the current Saudi monarch, King Salman. The palace functions as the royal court's headquarters. The attractive, modern building's exterior, with its geometric designs and pointed arched windows, references traditional Arabic style while maintaining its simplicity. On the other hand, the interiors are anything but simple, with stunning chandeliers, rich carpets, exquisite antiques, and gold accents everywhere, including beautiful doors leading into the lavish rooms decorated in gold. The spectacular atmosphere is enhanced by Italian marble floors and beautifully carved ceilings and wall panels. King Salman frequently hosts foreign dignitaries and other VIPs in the palace. Al Auja Palace, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Auja Palace, also known as Al Auja, located on the outskirts of Riyadh, is a multi-million-dollar palace designed in the native Najdi style. The furnishings are modest, which takes you back to a time when the kingdom was not as prosperous, or rather, not as obsessed with gold. The rooms are decorated with vintage Saudi photographs. The palace showcases the best of Saudi craftsmanship, with hand-carved wall features and furnishings, mosaic floors, and delicate details. Urga Palace, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The recently finished Urga Palace in central Riyadh is magnificent, with gold, exquisite silk carpets, and expensive Italian marble. The palace serves primarily as a venue for official functions, formal receptions, and cultural festivals, introducing visitors to Saudi arts and customs. It became famous during President Obama's 2015 visit, while the media was taken aback by the palace's overall magnificence and majesty. A solid gold tissue holder placed in between the president and King Salman's gold seats stole the show. It demonstrated to the world just how incredibly wealthy these royals were. Super yachts owned by King Salman. Al Salama. The king's gigantic $280 million yacht, Al Salama, is the 7th largest yacht in the world, measuring 139 meters in length and accommodating 40 guests. A total of 96 crew members work on the yacht to ensure a relaxed experience that befits a king. In terms of facilities, this 8-deck super yacht has no shortage. With a fully equipped onboard hospital, an office, a lounge, a secretarial office, A gymnasium, a movie theater, a library, a business center, a saloon, and a spa. It's a floating 7-star luxury hotel. The 6th deck is exclusively for the king's guests, containing 10 VIP suites and 8 guest rooms with gold-plated furnishings. The Toque. There's little information about the Toque, King Salman's $110 million private yacht. But given his love for luxury and grandeur, it would be fair to imply that this 78-meter-long vessel has to be just as extravagant as the other things he possesses. Private jet worth over $500 million draped in gold. The Saudi Arabian royal flights run a Boeing 757-200, 777-300, 787-8, and an Airbus 340-200 exclusively for the king's travel. The Boeing 747-400 commercial airliner, one of the giant passenger planes, seats more than 600 people. Picture the same aircraft furnished as a private plane, complete with extravagant decorations, expensive leather seats, conference rooms, staterooms, and bathrooms with showers, and you have yourself a palace in the sky. The plane is worth $500 million and contains king-size beds to make the king feel at ease. King Salman's seat on the jet is wrapped in gold, elevating him to the ranks of the ultra-rich rulers. The extravagant overseas trips of King Salman. While the American Secret Service tries for the utmost presidential security, the Saudi royal house strives for its king's utmost luxury and comfort. The king ensures he feels at home while visiting overseas by taking a large entourage with him, including dozens of planes, hundreds of high-end cars, thousands of personal assistants, family members, servants, and 150 of his best private chefs. These are some of his most luxurious trips where he took comfort and elegance to new heights. Indonesia. Saudi King Salman's private 747 jets landed in Indonesia to begin a grand 9-day tour. For King Salman, the larger the plane, the more luggage it could carry. And for the voyage to Indonesia, a mind-boggling 506 tons of baggage was carried on 7 enormous transport aircraft. For those unable to comprehend how heavy that is, an average African elephant weighs between 2.5 and 7 US tons. So that's about 72 elephants. The more unconventional things in his luggage included 2 Mercedes-Benz S600Ss, and 2 freestanding golden electric elevators. The air company reportedly hired 572 employees just to transfer the royal cargo. Over 3 weeks, 1,500 people trailed behind the king and needed 36 aircrafts to transport them to Indonesia. King Salman descended from his plane in his golden escalator and continued his Indonesian journey in style, traveling in his Mercedes-Benz. He even had a customized toilet made for him inside a mosque. Russia. King Salman made history by becoming the first Saudi monarch to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow. Known for taking his palace with him, he packed 2,000 pounds of food, furniture, and carpets for his trip. Accompanying him on this spectacular excursion were an additional 25 Saudi princes, each bringing their luggage and fortune. When the group arrived in town, they went above and beyond and booked 2 complete luxury hotels. King Salman paid $3 million for just a few nights. Just a tiny drop from his ocean of wealth. Washington, D.C. When you're royalty, you either go big or you go home. That's undoubtedly true for Saudi King Salman, who arrived in the United States to the sight of dozens of black luxury automobiles waiting for him. During his 2014 visit to Washington, D.C., the king rented all 292 rooms at the luxury Four Seasons Hotel in Georgetown. The hotel was ordered to undertake major refurbishments, with items such as gold mirrors, gold end tables, gold lamps, and even gold hat racks flown in from Saudi Arabia through numerous aircrafts. The hotel laid enough red carpet in the bottom parking garage to keep the king from stepping on the asphalt. Japan. During his tour in Japan, the oil-rich country's king ordered a massive fleet of 500 limos for his service. Such a massive quantity of luxury cars was no minor task. He then went on a booking binge, booking almost 1,200 rooms at Tokyo's finest hotels. King Salman, along with his son, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, aimed to shift the overall view of Saudi Arabia from an oil-rich nation to one with world-class futuristic infrastructure. They are to build a one-of-a-kind zero-carbon desert city called Neom. This skyscraper project, dubbed the Mirror Line, is expected to cost $1 trillion. When completed, Neom will be the world's largest giga project, housing 9 million people and over 300,000 new homes.